All right, welcome to another episode of Sisterhood Speaks, and I am Lily Washington.
Sisterhood Sips.
Oh, yeah, Sisterhood Sips. Listen, I guess we've been sipping a little bit too much.
Hello.
Actually, this is seltzer today because I don't drink alcohol, but I'm you would think I'm drunk most of the time. All right, so welcome to Sisterhood Sips with myself, Lily Washington of YB Limited. Not just the letter Y, the letter B, the word limited. And you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. And here is our lovely, lovely co-host.
Hello, I am Jen Garcia. Some of you guys may know me from On the Block with Jen. I am an actress, a writer, okay, and also a podcaster.
And today, we're going to discuss the age-old topic of the size matter. Oh, yes, but we're going to do it our way.
Uh-oh.
This is not going to sound like everyone else's way, like when they talk about it. We're going to really have to break this down.
Yeah.
Because this is a very triggering topic to a
Very
lot of
much so.
guys. You know, they may actually walk away from this feeling a little bit of relief.
Yeah.
It's a possibility.
Yeah.
You know, because we love guys. I mean, we still gonna tell you about yourself now.
Yes.
But we love them, and that's part of the love.
Absolutely.
You know?
Telling someone the truth is love.
Yeah, like the way we do it, there's no malice behind it. You know, sometimes you can hear what we can. If you're tuned in, you can hear the difference between someone that is being malice rather than just speaking through observation or just factual.
Absolutely. And tell me the damn truth.
Right.
Okay. Tell me the truth so I can get better. Right. And I like that you said you can tell whether it's malicious or not. Right. If your truth is going to improve something in my life, then that's good truth. Right. That's good truth. When we think about does size matter, men automatically go to penis size.
Well, the
right.
666. You know, you
Right.
got 666.
Right, 666. But it goes beyond that. When we talk about does size matter, what women are thinking about, is penis size, but not in the way you think. Gentlemen, you're going to be surprised tonight.
Yeah.
We think, of course, penis, but we also think wallet, right? How big is his wallet, right? We can also discuss height.
Yes.
Height is a big issue.
I got another one because this was
What
a
else
big
do
one
you
for me.
have?
Mentally.
Oh, how
Are you
big love.
closed-minded? Are you will you intellectually stimulate me? Because women are more audio, men are more visual,
Correct.
you know?
Okay, so let's get the dicks out the way.
Okay.
Let's get the dicks out the way.
We're going to bring them back, right?
No, we're definitely gonna bring them back.
Okay, just making sure.
We need the dick.
Yes. I
Okay.
know.
So does size matter? Penis. What do you think?
What I would say is when we say that, we're saying we want to be pleased, okay?
Okay.
We want to be pleased. And so, yes and no, okay? This is what, because there's a such thing as too big, there's a such thing as too small,
Yes.
right?
Bless your hearts.
Yeah. My bestie said, you might as well be a bottom.
Ouch.
Yeah, I met a couple of those. So, and I'm not a top, so I had to let them go. But, you know, the thing is that a lot of guys put their identity into their dick size, and a lot of the large guys think that they don't have to put any effort in sex and in the bed because they're just like, oh, I got a big dick and I'm just going to put it in you and I'm going to boom, 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 and you're going to be, no, there's so much more, right? The smaller guy tends to do a little bit more because he
Right.
knows that he's not, you know, but I would say like a good 5 to 7 is just right, especially if he's perfected all the other stuff that comes with it. So basically what I think of that, I'm just saying I want to be sexually pleased.
Okay, fair enough. Men love numbers. So let's just put it out there. I'd say 5 is nice.
Yeah, I said 5 to 7.
Right? And that's the average size, right? The average. So if you have an average size penis, more than likely you're fine. You just have to be, honestly, being good at foreplay, intimacy, being sexually open-minded is way, way more important than penis size. And I mean way more important.
We watched the show together,
Which one?
Sex Life.
Yes.
They broke it down.
Yes. Sex Life on Netflix was
Yeah.
amazing.
They broke it down and they showed that like how what we really want and what we really crave.
Yeah,
especially
but
in a
that guy had a
relationship.
huge penis too, though.
He did.
He had a huge penis. We're talking to the average guy.
Yeah, he did. You're right. He
Which
did.
has the average guy has the average size penis. So 5 inches is fine, right? But like you said, there is such thing as too small. What happens when you encounter too small, Lily? Because we've all encountered too small, right, ladies? We've all encountered too small.
Okay. First of all, I have secondhand embarrassment. Because then I'm just like, what we supposed to do with this? Where do we go from here? Right?
Ouch.
And I hear my besties say, he might as well be a bottom. Well, I'm not a top, so I don't know what we do here.
Right.
Okay. So I'm just going to go ahead and politely exit stage left
Yeah.
and let you find someone who can handle that.
Right.
Because I've had the too small before, and it was literally just nothing.
Yeah, I did, and it creeped me out because it's like, you take care of little boys,
Exactly.
you bathe them, you got nephews and stuff. So,
Yes.
it was startling. But I do the same thing I guess men would do. It's like, oh, look at the time.
Right.
I have to get up early. Or, oh, my God, this headache. Oh, my God, I don't feel, just to get up out of that situation because it was startling.
Yeah, it does remind me of a child's thing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this doesn't feel right. This doesn't look right. This is weird. Yeah, I gotta go.
Yeah. So going back to what you said, it matters yay and nay, yes and no, right? Because there is such thing as too small. But for you tiny little peckers, what you can do is, up your game elsewhere. Foreplay is fabulous. Men forgot about foreplay. Foreplay is so very important. Foreplay, you can have a woman well oiled before you even hit the sheets, right? Be
Yes.
it dinner, talking to her, engaging with her, adoring her, right? Women, we got bigger egos than men sometimes.
Right.
Right? We like the attention. We like to feel like we're the only person on earth, even if the baddest bees are walking around at that restaurant, right? We like that. So there are other ways that you can make up for that tiny little micro penis. Now, I still won't date you
No.
because I just like what I like and it's my right. But I'm just saying there are ways that you can get around that. And when we think of size, what we're really thinking about is like what you said, stroke, right? Stroke game, being just sexual in bed, being intimate, holding her, talking to her, playing with her hair, looking in her eyes, kissing her, things like that to make up for that. But the 5 is fine.
Yeah.
5 is fine.
And don't listen to, like, gentlemen, don't listen to these red pill manosphere guys that tell you to do all of these things that Jen just said is simping.
Yeah.
Like, being nice to a woman is not simping. Pleasing your partner is not simping. Because it should be reciprocal, right?
Absolutely.
And you do those things, oh, baby, she gonna want to give you everything
She's
you
gonna
want.
open up like a flower,
Yes.
like I say. No simping equals single.
Hello.
No simping equals single.
And it also equals being up in everybody's comment section, going off and fussing and cussing when you see somebody enjoying their life. It looks like that, The next one, wallet.
Wallet, size of wallet. Do women like men with lots of money? What is it? What is the appeal? Because it makes men cringe. It's like, I don't want her to want me from my money. But it's you have to think money is similar. Like if we lived in caves and that guy brought home 2 buffalo and that guy brought home 1, the guy that brought home 2 buffalo is going to look más macho.
Right.
And it's going to get our attention, right? So it's the same thing. We just use greenbacks now, right? We just got money. Whatever your poison is, Bitcoin, whatever it is, you own property, real estate.
Resources.
That's all it is.
That's
is
it.
Resources, right? Can I survive with your resources? So obviously, you're going to want the guy that has the most resources.
I have a story.
Okay.
I was in a relationship, right? And with a guy who didn't have the most resources, but the resources that he had, he gave to me, right? And I was the breadwinner. And at that time, okay, don't come to me with this today, but at that time, I was okay. Like, I was, okay, I'm good. I make enough money, and he gives me what he makes and all of this stuff. But then I ended up with cancer and I just couldn't work. And now I'm looking at him like, okay, step up while I figure this out, right? And he didn't. And we lost everything.
Ouch.
And when I tell you, I just remember thinking, I can't recover from this. I remember just losing everything one by one and looking at him, and he's just looking at me like, what are we going to do? And I just remember he started morphing into, in my eyes, through my eyes, he started to morph into something that just was not attractive. Because at this point, and then, I got back on my feet, right? Now I'm starting to look at him different. I'm not okay with this now because I'm like, you will let us drown. You have proven that you will let us drown. And I lost all respect, and I was never able to get it back. And
that's a problem with men that aren't ambitious. Is this your mental state, your permanent mental state? Is this a rough patch you're going through? Because people go through rough patches.
Yes.
Or is this your lifestyle, right? And you have to live within your means. Women are expensive. We cost money. We just do.
Yeah.
That's life, whether you like it or not, right?
I mean, even record labels say that.
Yeah, women, you have to date, whatever. So I always say, get your funds up or live within your means. You already know that this type of woman is going to require more. That type of woman is not going to require as much as her. But men think that they're entitled to bad bees no matter where they are in life. Huge mistake. Except they only do that with women. You don't see these same men walking into the Bentley dealership saying, accept me as I am. Don't be conditional with me, to the sales guy.
Right.
I want that Bentley. When it comes to material things like cars and houses, they very much know where their status is in life. But for some reason, when it comes to women, they think that I'm entitled to anything with a vagina. Not true, sir. Absolutely not. Women cost money as well. So live within your means. Don't get mad at the girls that you can't afford to be with. So as far as my personal feelings about, does his wallet matter? How big does his wallet have to be? Here's the thing. I don't like the word no, and I don't ask for much. Ask for much. So on top of I don't ask for much, if I can't say something like, hey, annually, I want to take one vacation, be it Bora Bora, Turks and Caicos, Hawaii, one vacation. If I can't even ask for that because you got 3 kids you're paying child support for, you don't have enough money for, that's going to bother me because I'm not asking for diamonds. And that was the old Jen. Now I want,
right.
Now I want the diamonds and the trips and the, you know what I mean? You know, so it's different phases, right? Different phases. But it got me nowhere being that humble woman that it's like, oh, we can only afford McDonald's. It's okay, baby. I love you.
We're going to do it together.
I love you no matter what. Pass the nuggets.
We're going to split this this Happy Meal.
Yeah, I'm not that girl anymore because, you get older and you realize your worth and you're like, wait a minute, I don't have to put up with it. What is this? I have options, bitch.
But I'm with you on that, though.
Yeah, so I'm just like, live within your means. But I'm telling you, it's because men want more than they can afford.
Right. Like, I love how you said that. Like, because I don't ask for much. I don't consider myself to be a materialistic person, but I'm very clear that, especially at this age, I don't want to suffer. I don't want to be in poverty with someone.
Correct.
Okay. I can see if I'm by myself and things, I'm on hard times. Okay, cool. But having someone there and still suffering, that's just weird to me.
And it grows resentment.
It does.
It's a dead end. It really is volcano meets tornado. It's like, it's a dead end. Like, there are gender roles for a reason. Some people say, no, the gender roles but they work best.
Yeah.
They just work best, especially when you want a woman to be feminine. You have to be superdy-duperdy in your masculine. And masculine isn't just, I'm going to tell you what to do, woman. No, you have to, there's too many kings out here with no kingdom.
Right.
Too many kings. It's a lot of kings with no kingdom and no kings, right? And you have to be a king prior to you making that money. Somebody told me that recently, and I was like, this is true. Because he was like, I was a king before I got money. And I was like, well, you are super deluxe now, baby.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
It's very true.
But, and I think men, when they're financially stable and in a very well, those are better men to be around.
Oh, yes. Being around a man who can't figure out how to pay bills is torture because they're mean. They become very mean.
And insecure.
And insecure. And then in turn, we become mean and resentful. and it just becomes an unhappy place to live. The energy just gets so.
And let me tell you, let the red pill tell you, there's only 0.001% millionaires. Honey, our contacts are full of millionaires.
That's what I'm saying.
So there are a lot of them out here. Don't listen to the red pill. They don't, the men you want don't exist. Look at this stat. It says, wait. I'm going to pull up my Google. What type of man do you want? Over 6 feet? 6 feet. Oh, well, look, Google says they don't exist. Meanwhile, you and I have a contact.
Right.
If we did a party here, men only, with our contacts, it'd be a very lovely party, would it not?
Very much so.
It'd be a very lovely party. So I don't know where they're getting this from. They don't date men, so they don't know what's out there. When you're a woman with options, when you're attractive, when you're sexy, when you're intelligent, you know what I'm saying? The litter,
right.
the litter is there. Now, again, their retort will be, well, they don't want to marry. They don't want to. What makes you think we want to get married? Maybe we want a roll in the hay.
Especially
maybe
now.
we just want a roll in the hay with someone that, you know, is going to fly us out, or that helicopter ride, or that private jet, or no, you know what I mean, that expensive restaurant. Maybe we just want to have a good time, but we want to have a good time with someone that can afford more.
Right.
Right? And that's always that. They don't want to. Who the
But they always come up with those stats. They're hilarious.
Oh, the stats are hilarious.
I'm just like, where in the world? Who are these people? Like, why don't you understand that women have completely changed? I think they would do much better just listening.
Yes.
That's it.
That would help.
It would help. It's the equivalent of when a white person tries to tell a black person about the black experience, or how a heterosexual person tries to tell a queer person about the queer experience. It's the same thing.
Right.
Like, listen to us, right? Because they bring up like, oh, well, my grandma was with Uncle Jimmy and he was beating her ass up and down the stairs. You know,
she loved him.
No,
Made a
she didn't-
cornbread.
No, she didn't love him.
Right.
Grandma couldn't leave.
Right.
Grandma had no resources. Grandma had to stay. But then when women started to come up, we was like, I don't have to get slapped around. I don't have to get cheated on. I don't have to put up with these things, right? So if I'm going to be in a relationship, I want it to expand what I've already created.
Yes.
And I think the person that you get should feel the same exact way.
Right.
You know, but they don't they take offense to it.
They do. They're men are a lot more sensitive than they'll admit to. And here's the thing: you don't have to be wealthy, because most of you won't be.
Right.
Okay, you don't have to be wealthy, but you have to have a lot of confidence, and you have to date within your means. Don't date if you all chase. And men say, you all want the same men, the 1%. Well, men all chase the attractive women. All of you chase the attractive women. You have to understand that attractive women have options and options and options. I don't care how old she is. If she's sexy, if she's attractive, she got a little waist on her and a little walk and some heels, she has options. Don't listen to the bullshit. Don't listen. The red pill says only 1% of men exist. Don't listen to that. Take it from me. Take it from someone that has a contact list that you'd push your mama in front of a train for.
Right.
Okay? I'm just letting you know these men are out there and they are looking for you if you take care of yourself as a woman, if you're confident. So, you know, to the men, I say, you know, if you're not going to get your ends up, if you're not going to date within your means and stop. And when you get her, because this is what men do online a lot, they get that girl that's tolerating them not having money, them not having a big penis, them not having any height. They get her. Now they got her.
The tolerator.
It's like, yeah, we got her. And then they go online and get mad at us.
They do. I'm like, you got a whole woman at
Right.
home and you cussing us out.
Yes. It's because they want us, but they know us is going to be a bigger issue because they don't have the ends, the dick, the height, or whatever. That's why they're mad at us. Because if I'm happy with something at home, what do I look like being online 24 hours a day? Talk about these men out here are blah, blah, blah. I got one at home. But it goes to show you're not happy. You just got somebody to tolerate you. And now
Yes.
you're mad at the women that you can't get. Don't get mad.
But you know, my advice to them is this. Instead of focusing on relationships, if your ends aren't up, focus on getting your ends up.
Yeah.
Okay? Before you involve a hostage. Because that's a POW situation, if you ask me. Right? And because a lot of them, I'm seeing them put so much focus on, oh, she wants this and she wants that. You're upset because you can't provide those things. So how about, you should want to be able to provide those things for yourself at least. So work on that. Right? And then your options will automatically open up. You won't even have to worry about these things. You won't even be online cussing and fussing. Mm-hmm. We have a guy who comes on our show regularly, and he was all deep into the red pill and the manosphere and things like that. And got a moment of clarity, and he backed up out of the manosphere. He backed up out of the red pill, and he started doing things different. And he's happily married now.
And he's a joy.
He is
to
a joy.
speak. He's a joy,
Yeah.
and he even admits that he was a full blown asshole because he was neck deep into that red pill. No, women that, and men, I always refer back to my daddy because I had one. I always refer back to my dad. He just did not get in the affairs of women. His existence was not dependent upon women who would submit and didn't submit. My father was a man's man. He walked in the room, a man was in the room. He didn't have to tell you, you better fit in my frame, woman. No, you knew there was a man in the room, and everything ceased and went
Right.
accordingly to his presence, right? And that's something that men don't have. If you have to yell and bicker and insist and suppress and shame a woman into submission, you are not the man you think you are.
Right.
You're a manipulator.
Exactly. Because I think about my parents. My mom is a very strong, woman. But when she's around my dad, she submits because he's a man. He's a protector. He's a provider. He loves and
he
cares
doesn't
for
have
his
to
wife.
wear it on a t-shirt, right?
He doesn't.
Okay.
He just does it. He's
Okay.
always done it, And I mean, so I have two fathers. I'm talking about my stepfather. My biological father is awesome too, but specifically I'm thinking about him for this because he met my mother when I was like 4. My brother was like 1. And he not only took on this woman, but he took on 2 children that he didn't have to take on. And that was a decision. He knew he made a choice, right? And he's like, if I'm going to make this choice to be with this woman, this is what it comes with. Can I handle that? And he took on the responsibility. He never complained about it. Not one. When I would hear their nastiest arguments, it was never, and I'm taking care of your kids. No, because he knew what he signed up for.
No,
so
that's beautiful.
Don't sign up for something that you can't do. There's 3 women, right? There's the one who pays 50-50, there's the one who's well kept, and there's the one who pays 100%. Those are 3 different women. So you have to know which lane of woman that is within your tax bracket.
And then leave the other 2 alone.
Leave them alone.
We're not your concern, sir.
No, don't cuss us out. Like
No,
we're not thinking
your
about
concern,
you.
and we're definitely not thinking about you. So date within your means or don't date. Next, speaking of size, height. Lee, how
Height.
tall are you?
I'm 5'9".
You are 5'9". I am 5'4", maybe.
I think I'm 5'9". I'm a model. We lie a lot.
Okay.
Probably 5'8". But you know what I'm saying.
Okay, so how do you feel about height? Do you need a man that's taller than you automatically because you're tall? Eye height, or shorter? You don't care.
Okay. I prefer eye height.
Okay.
And it's because of the protection thing. I mean, it has to be eye height or above. It's a protection thing. Me being trans, I know that when a man sees me with a man, they're not going to ever try it. They never have, right? So for me, it's that situation. I need to feel like you can protect me if something were to go down. And I need to be able to feel like no one's even going to try us, right? And those are the men that I attract. And those are the men that I've been with. So I'm really good with that. I can't say that I've ever been with a punkish dude because the moment I sniff it out, I'm like, this is not my guy. Can't be. Because I'm going to be resentful. I'm going to look at you as one of my homegirls. Like, you're going to get homegirl energy
Right.
if I feel like you can't protect me.
Okay, so let's just qualify for all you little 5'5" jujitsu masters. We're not saying that you can't protect a woman, just to be clear. However, nature just, naturally we want men to be bigger than us. Now, I am 5'4", right? So being bigger than me is not a great feat.
Right.
It's not a great feat.
Right.
I'm pretty short. I'm average, woman's height. So at least be, 5'6", 5'7". With that said, yes, sorry guys, you can implode. I like 6 feet and over.
What's wrong with that?
Oh, Lily, they're gonna light us up in the comments.
Okay.
Okay, but I like 6 feet and over. I like big men. I like feeling like I can be easily overpowered. I like the stature. I like when they walk in the room. Also, you have to understand, I come from a background and a family of big men, right? And that's our first relationship with the other gender is who we grow up with,
so right.
My dad was bodybuilder, big guy, my brother, Golden Gloves, my nephew, professional bodybuilder, my cousin, professional. But so this is how I'm used to rolling up, right? So it's going to be hard for me to get with, a petite, tiny man who I fit in his hoodie.
Right.
I like when I put on my man's hoodie, I want it to hit my knees.
That's right.
You know what I'm
supposed to be a dress.
Right, supposed to be a dress.
Right.
With that said, yes, I've dated guys that were maybe, the one guy, I dated a guy who's maybe like 5'6" or so, but he was such an exception to the rule. He was martial arts proficient. He was an excellent provider. Okay, he was hecho derecho, all the ducks in a row, always suited, and I mean custom tailored suits, not off the rack. So he had that football booty I like.
Right.
So he was an exception. So if you're gonna be 5, whatever, because when I ask a man's height and they say 5, it's a 5.
You say no.
You didn't start at 6.
Right.
But if you are gonna start with that wretched 5, then you bet. I'm sorry, this is life. You have to make up for it in other ways. I'm not the perfect woman. I'm 5'5". I can't walk into Victoria's Secret and say, I want to be on the runway. It's like, no, ma'am, you're a 5'8", but I'm cute and I have the measurement 34, 24, 30. We don't care. We start at 5'8", 5'9". So men have to realize when they are deficient in one area, they have to build up the others. And I think that's what the guy did who I dated, who was about 5'6". I mean, his life was like perfection, right?
Right.
I was like, I want to be around this energy. He stood and spoke to taller men and he just knew, right? He had that thing. But don't come around me 5'5" or 5'6" with a gut.
Right.
A regular old job. Your wardrobe consists of, jogging pants and t-shirts and a dusty cap. And it's like, hey, would you date a 5'6"? No, sir.
See, that's it. There's always exceptions to the rules when you make it up in other areas. And that's why I went to, like, when we were talking about the wallet, if your wallet's not up to par and she's paying 50% or 100%, then understand you have got to do a lot of work to make up in other areas. Know your space, know who you are and where you land in the hierarchy of this situation called life.
Yeah, because nobody's really asked out. And that's the problem I have, like with the manosphere and the red pills, that they constantly regurgitate. And they, in my opinion, they bash the women, but they give no real results to men. Now, a lot of these guys sell courses that aren't worth dick sweat.
Right.
Okay? A lot of these courses aren't worth dick sweat because it comes from, a place where it's like, I'm just trying to make money and I'm going to make you feel as bad as you could possibly feel so you could think I'm the answer, right? No, everybody has to individually do some, soul searching, right? And it doesn't matter if you're short. It doesn't matter if you're quote unquote broke, like some people say. It doesn't matter if you're what people would deem as ugly. It doesn't matter if your nose is too big, your teeth are jacked. You have to make up for it in different ways. And the issue I have with people is that they want to come as is and you got to take them as is. None of us can do that. We're attractive women. We still have to make up in other ways because we're not 100%. No one's 100% at anything, right? So it's like, okay, as a woman, I know coming in, okay, I don't do that well, but ooh, baby, when I put this on you,
exactly,
it's going to blow your mind, right? And I think men have to do more of that, right? Know who you are and don't go beyond those means because it is a recipe for disaster and you're just going to get resentful and then you're going to be bitter and then you're going to be in the chats throwing $20 to some a-hole that doesn't give a damn about you and doesn't live your life for your experience.
I love that. And because a lot of them gravitate to these so-called gurus and not realizing that they're just playing on their emotions.
Absolutely.
They're monetizing their emotions, right? You'll do better listening to women who are, I would say, we're like, who aren't bitter. Let me just go ahead and say that. Who aren't bitter, who's just giving you some sound advice from a loving place. And I feel like that's where we come from a lot of times, even if there's a few F words and all that shit attached to it. That's just how we talk. It's a New York thing, right? But that's just how we do. Can't help it, right? But, I think that as long as the men would take the time out to know themselves and stop trying to live these lives of Andrew Tate and Kevin Samuels and stuff like that, then they'll do a lot better. You're you. You're not them. Okay? And they're selling you something that you will never obtain.
Correct.
And
it sounds cliche, but be the best you can be. I'm going to sound like an Army commercial, right? But be the best that you can be, an army of one. Be your own cavalry, like my friend Carrie Trainer says. Like, be you. Be everything you can be where you are. Start where you are with what you have. Confidence goes a long way, no matter what your penis size, your wallet size, or your height is. It goes a long, long way. So I want you guys to catch us. We are on 6 nights a week on the block with Jen. We will bring you Sisterhood Sips, lots of girl talk and secrets for you fellas and you ladies. And you can agree or disagree in the comments. We will be here on Sisterhood Sips once a week, and we will be on the block with Jen all week long. So, lady, thank you for joining me again. One day at a time.
One sip at a time.
Hello.